Hello YouTube, it is Damien, it is Life Without Grealish, it is episode 5 and today we have a massive doubleheader. We play Leeds and West Ham in two games that will shape how good our run-in is actually going to be. What I mean by that is if we win both these games, we go to, 53 points. That is a not bad target. You know, say if United somehow drop a game in all of that as well, we're equal with them as we currently sit third. And I did say at the end of the last episode, if we did win every other game in January, which was a possibility with the run of fixtures we had, it would lead us A, in a good stead for these two games, but B, would put us in the 4, and it has done that because we have been absolutely incredible since the last time these guys have seen us. Important to note, and the feedback we're getting on the last episodes has been great, by the way, but important to note in my Discord, links down below to that, of course, links down below to everything. I plug everything usually, but we're here just to focus on this because this could be huge this episode. We obviously beat Chelsea, great. Against Liverpool, we were never out of it. Yeah, we deserved to get spanked, probably, a little bit more than this. But at the same stage, you know, a team that had Messi, Salah, Mane, a team that was pretty incredible. We showed resolve. We played our football the way I like to play football. And I tell you what, we went out and we played a very good brand of football against Liverpool. And if it wasn't for Alisson come the last 15 minutes, we would have nabbed the point. Against City, to concede 88th minute, down with 10 men. Yet again, though, not out of it. And then obviously Spurs, the Harry Kane moment. Harry Kane's in the box. He's in the box. Go man him up. No. So, yeah, a bit unlucky there. But since then, we beat Brighton in the FA Cup. We beat Newcastle 4-2. We beat Burnley 3-0. We lost to Everton. We didn't rotate. We kind of went after them. We beat Southampton. We beat Brighton. And we just played Watford 3 days ago and we smacked them 5-0. So, that is really good. There's a couple of things to note. Firstly, that's our first clean sheet since Burnley. But if you're looking for our next clean sheet after that, it was against Chelsea. So, you know, only 2 clean sheets in that, not including the Watford game, which obviously I'll touch on in a second, because the team is still selected as that one there. Secondly, though, we're playing a good brand of football, but we do lack a lot of goals. We do concede a fair few goals. If we go to the league table and we actually go by stats, team detailed, and we go by most conceded, fewest conceded. You know, we're 7th, which is not bad, don't get me wrong. We've allowed 25 and 22. If we could get this down to like parity, then which is 22 and 22 here, obviously, or 25 and 25, that would be great, especially for our run-in, because our run-in here is ridiculously hard. We know that, right? It happened to Aston Villa in real life, and they fell out of the top 4. And I feel like something similar is going to happen here. You know, Leeds and West Ham, 2 winnable games. West Ham having a great year like last year, and Leeds, they're pretty much doing what they did in real life. Everton, not the easiest, not the hardest. They did knock me out in the FA Cup, but we are at home at Villa Park. United, obviously, we should lose. Arsenal, on paper, we should lose, but it's Arsenal. Wolves, Leicester, Norwich, Brentford, Palace, and then after that, it's Liverpool, Chelsea, City, Spurs. We should not win a game in that 4. Really, realistically, we shouldn't. You know, to pick up 3 points here would be huge. 4 points would be an A+ out of these 4 games, and then we go away. If we can go on a run here, we can beat Leeds and West Ham, Everton win, lose these 2 games, and win the rest of those games in the Liverpool and get 4 points out of here, I actually back us to sneak into 5th or /4th with the way the league is shaping up. Liverpool are going to win the league no matter what's going on here, unless they go and bottle stuff. But yeah, at the minute, apart from Chelsea having a game in hand to go to 45 points, we currently have our own destiny in our own hands, and we have to play everybody around us. Now, there's another way you look at this. We go win those games, everyone around us, we're going to make the 4 unreal. That's something that Villa had an opportunity to do last year. They weren't able to. So I'm really liking how this is kind of shaping up like Villa. But yeah, look, apart from that, you'll notice that if I maybe go to the finance screen here, because you can't see past my webcam, the budget. We spent money. We're spending a little bit here. And yeah, we did. We spent some money, and boys, we brought in a couple of players that I think are going to help us really loads. Federic, by the way, we sold obviously as well. I'm going to actually go in that direction. But Federic, we sold to get 10.5 million, 12 million from Newcastle for a guy I don't think is worth that. Great. He was never playing for me ever. He is pretty good and probably not a bad backup right back, but I've got plenty of right backs. You got to remember, I think it's Konsa that can play at right back and Mings can play at left back. But Konsa can play right back. Axel, until his end of his loan, which I'm not keeping, can play right back. We've got Matty Cash and we've got Arias. And there's a part of me that wants to spend 7 million to get Arias in because he's been so good. The other part of me is 29. This is as good as he's going to be. He's not like the greatest Premier League right back, but he does fit the team. Let me know what you would do with Arias, because his form's been really good. But anyway, Federic went out, and we then sold a Ghazi for 6 mil to the Celtic. A little less than what I would have liked, but no one really, people interested never really bidded. Started offering him out for 12, no one came around. In the end, Celtic offered me like 3 mil bids, and I was like, eh. In the end, I offered him out for 6, and they said, yeah, we'll pay 6. And I was like, finally, a couple of guys that you don't know. And then very, very late on deadline day, we sold Wesley for 6.75 million off the Stadio Rennes. Just the guy's on 50k a week. I was like, I'm not paying that for you to stay around. But we did make a couple of signings, boys. We did. Firstly, Arias, what would you do? He's averaging a 7.1. He's got 7 assists in 16 games, all from just bombing on at fullback. I look at him and I go, you know what? For 7 million, there's a footballer there, because you're coming in for a lot cheaper than what your value is, and I could probably sell you one in a couple of years' time, maybe. Secondly, with that natural fitness, you're always going to stay around this sort of level. It's not bad. For me, it all depends on how much his wage would be. For me, apparently he wouldn't be interested in coming, even though he's been playing here and we have an option to sign him, but fair enough. Arias, for me, I think would be not too bad. But here we go. 2 guys from PSG. Our problem's been centre-back. Don't get me wrong, I love Mings and Konsa in real life, and I do think they're good on FM. My only problem is that their ceiling isn't as great. And to be fair, Tilio, Keria, and Diallo, both when they join me, my scouts will go, oh my God, they're 4-star players. They're good Premier League players with potential to grow a little bit. They've come in here and they've all been about, they're the same level as Mings and Konsa. I do think these two are a little bit better. As you can see, Diallo, transfer listed by PSG, 38k a week, wants to be a regular starter. For me, he just suits, man. He's 6'1", he's quick, he's got good physicals, he's got great determination, good mentally, can pass the ball when we play out, he's got good tackling and marking and decent headering at 6'1". For me, he's a cut above of a Konsa and a Mings, right? He's better than Axel. Axel's not even my own centre-back, and then you're looking at my other centre-backs as a 17-year-old with 5-star potential. That's not bad. But he's not exactly the guy that I'm after, I'm looking for guys that have come from either a high enough level or a young with the potential. Now, the board want me to sign under 23 players for the first team. None have been in my bracket. I've been on a shoestring budget. The fact that I had to sell off a fair amount of the squad, a bit of the fat, as you would say, around the squad to even fund these 2 deals kind of shows you that I've been dealing with any real budget, which has been a bit fun. I like that sort of grind. Imagine if we had the 100 million to spend from Grealish. We could have done things with this team. But, that might come in next season. Anyway, Diallo, though, for me, he's played 2 games out of 7 already. He was the first of the 2 signings that we made, and I think he's fantastic. And then Tilio Kera always gets transfer listed by PSG. I don't know why. I took a wage cut, 50k a week. My scouts are saying he has 5-star potential. Shakespeare, our assistant, who I am going to change, I think, eventually, reckons, no, he's not. You got to remember, if he hits that, he's going to be good enough for me to use for most of this save. For me, yet again, he does everything I want. 6'1", fairly quick, great mentals, good physicals all the way around, good headering, good marking, good tackling. The thing is with Tilio is that his determination lacks, but he's my type of centre-back, someone that looks to play out of trouble, looks to keep that ball, looks to go. For a team that's been conceding, I just feel like it's good to get 2 centre-backs in that have played at a higher level to come in and go, all right, well, when I mean a higher level, at a higher club than Aston Villa, no disrespect, but PSG's PSG, right? And you got to remember, Tilio came from Schalke when Schalke were, decent. For me, somebody that's pretty good. And Diallo, you got to remember, Dortmund, then PSG, for whatever reason, didn't play with PSG for half a year, and then it was like, Aston Villa. It's probably Sergio Ramos factor, right? Because he's there on the game. But he might be, actually. Am I telling lies? No, I'm not telling lies. That would be why. But yeah, Diallo for me is definitely a coup. For me, he's unreal. It doesn't mean the end of Mings and Konsa, by the way. Konsa, for me, I think he's a very good fullback and a very good centre-back. But this is the sort of guy you want to have as a backup player. Is it not? If Konsa is your third choice centre-back and you're like, you're also a backup right-back for you, you're along with like Matty Cash and an actual right-back, you've got a squad. That's what you want. And it's definitely on the end of Mings. I think Mings, personally, by the way, would be unreal in this fullback on attack role. I think he's quick, he's tall, he's going to get in at the big back stick at 6'5". He will help defend those back stick crosses defensively, but he can also go. And look, don't get me wrong, I think Mings is a great little player as well, and I think he's sensational. But yet again, if he's swapping in with Tilio, Kera, and Diallo, and it has to be said, if Tilio Kera doesn't start well, Mings and Diallo would probably be my preferred centre-back partnership. But For me, I actually think though Mings though on that left hand side, bombing on from fullback with a physical, big stature, understands the game, got good work rate. I actually think as a fullback, he's actually pretty decent, and I am leaning that way to play a back four of Mings, Diallo, Tilio Kera, and Arias into the end of the season, but Matty Cash or signing a right back or putting Conser there, who, for maybe in those big games when we need a bit more of a defensively minded fullback, he can go play there too. But Conser for me is the perfect backup player. As you can see, this was the team that we beat Watford in. We did rotate. We are going to go back into the actual side, of course. By the way, Emi Buendia, unreal. For next year, by the way, boys, I want to train Emi Buendia to play left wing, and I want Bailey to play here. Yeah, I kind of want to have Bailey on the left, right, Buendia on the left, sign a really, really big name centre attacking mid. Ross Barkley and Loftus-Cheek have both been transferred by Chelsea. I just don't have the money. If I had an extra 14 million, I would have brought Ross Barkley in. But yeah, for me, Buendia, if he can learn how to play on the left-hand side of midfield here as a left winger, I think he would be sensational. I think he could go out here and really dominate that role. But as it so stands, it hasn't happened, and that kind of means that Trezeguet becomes your backup. Trezeguet for me is unreal. He's been very good for me. But that's where the squad's heading. So that's your transfer, a little bit of business. If I can have Trezeguet as your backup, if I can have Conser and Mings as your backup, or I can have, Matty Target as your backup left back, I'm, great, not a problem. I've started building from the back, and that's where I think our biggest problem is. If we can stop conceding as many goals, we go forward really well. Danny Ings, Buendia, Bailey, we probably don't need to do too much. For me, it's the midfield, but was always getting in centre-backs of quality. Diallo, I think, is quality, and I think Carrier is like borderline quality, but they have the potential. Plus, playing full-time in the Prem, they should develop. Anyway, we are going to go get into this team here, of course. Important to note, Ashley Young, by the way, I transfer listed. He wanted to go. He said he wanted to join Celtic. Celtic came and bid 2.6 million, and then he didn't want to leave. I don't know. I don't know why, but I would have loved for Ashley Young to leave. Main reason is he's on 72k a week, and get that wage budget off would have been huge. But yeah, for me, we'll go like that. Douglas Luiz Mayer, Jed Steer is going to come back off. We've had injuries as well. By the way, Cerny, I know you haven't seen too much of him. He's played 5 games in the Prem at a very good level for me throughout everything going on. And I actually really, really rate him. How are you going to make the bench here, buddy? Douglas Luiz hasn't really impressed me. Maximilian Meyer, Bernard Traore, Matty. Probably have one too many. I only have one too many fullbacks. I actually might go Matty Target and drop Ashley Young. That's something we could do. Ashley Young's been in great form though. I don't know what would you do here? Ashley Young's been okay for me. Would love to sell him on, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, we are gonna go like that, and I am gonna get McGinn's been injured this whole time. I am gonna get Sanson in there. That's been my preferred sort of lineup when everyone's fit. And look, Martin is in goals. Arias, Tilio, Kera, Diallo. By the way, left-footed, right and right-footed. Unreal. Matty Target, Cerny, Sanson, Bailey, Buendia, Trezeguet, Ings, and if there's moments in this game, I will put Buendia out there to get him learning. I feel like that's what we're going to do here. So what do you think of the signings? I think they've been pretty good, by the way. There's the promises. They just want to play in their own team and improve the coaching staff. I will do that. Liverpool just pumped Palace 8-1. It's something I would love to see in real life. But away we go. I think we're going to be really good here. And Martinez can stay like that. It's fine. All right, off we go. Give me a score prediction. I predict if we play our best football, we win, but we'll wait and we'll see. Anyway, they've gone with a standard lineup that you would normally see from Leeds. We'll read that out right now as we go put in everything that we need to do in there. Do not press Meslier in goals. It's Meslier, I don't know. Anyway, Ayling, Lorente, Cooper, Dallas, Koch, Phillips, Shackleton. That's a very good midfield three. Rodrigo, Rafinha, and Bamford. Very, very good as well. Jack Harrison on the bench. Good little player is Jack Harrison too. And yeah, Helder Costa's got good pace to come into it as well. Respect them enormously. Marcelo has his own way of playing, and and it's certainly easy on the eye. I'm confident that I'm playing to stop him. Look, great manager. He always ends up at Barcelona for whatever reason on FM. Something that I do see that could happen, to be fair. Anyhow, though, Villa, Leeds, pause. If Buendia gets there, it's a great header out. You can tell I've been playing off stream. But yeah, anyway, Dallas. Bundia tried to tackle him, didn't. But we forced it back to Llorente. If we can get our shape here and press, that's a win for me. To force them all the way back here is a win. Now, they could build up and score, and it'll be a great goal, but that was a win. In the end, we fought. Oh, that's a great kick from Ilian Meslaya, the keeper there for Leeds. Great keeper, by the way. If you can pick him up on FM, I highly recommend. Rodrigo beats one, cuts it. Bamford, for whatever reason, didn't shoot himself. He gives it back, and we've done enough there. And that is all we want to see. It's just us do enough. Anyway, Dallas now. Emi Bundia, Shackleton now. Back into Koch, Shackleton, Bamford, great header. 1-0 Leeds. They're a good side. They play good football. And away at Ellen Road, they're going to be very dangerous. That's the first time this centre-back partnership has conceded. They've only played one game. It was Watford. We won 5-0. But, yeah, anyway, Shackleton, good little dinked ball. I think it was Diallo actually losing Bamford there as well. Look, we have the attacking ability to do the job. And that's a ball out to Leon Bailey really quick. And I love that. Bailey now, ball in the box, blocked. And Rafinha is definitely the creative outlet here for Leeds. Goes long towards Bamford. Interior Kera dropping off Diallo's shoulder to pick that one up. That's fine. And he finds Cerny. Ball out to Trezeguet's pretty good. Numbers in the box. Danny Ings wanted it first time. Didn't get it. In the end, Batten Matty target. His ball in. Danny Ings blocked. Good ball in too. And there we go. Early doors. Not exactly what we want. Luke Ayling's throw. Koch, Llorente, Cooper. They build out so well, don't they? It's a good ball over the top. Tilio does well. Morganson Sanson, though. Big switch out to Trezeguet. Great touch, too. Drives at his man. This is what he's good at, the Egyptian. Gets in the box. Goes for goal. Didn't need to, but it falls to Emi Bundia. And in the end, we're a little lucky because I don't think Trezeguet should ever shoot from that sort of angle. In the end, Meslai probably should hold it. In the wet conditions, doesn't. And it falls to Emi Bundia. I tell you what. Maybe we actually just go sign a left winger. Because Emi Bundia in the whole plays unreal, but I actually think Emi Bundia as a winger would be sensational as well. He's very good at what he does, Emi Bundia, no matter what he does. Like, look at him as a shadow striker. Definitely does a very good job. So maybe we leave him there. I would like him to learn this role. Anyhow, City beating Brentford 2-0. We're back level terms. This game has been very even. They have dominated the ball. I'm going to tell us the demand a little bit more here. Cooper, Shackleton, Koch. Leeds are playing some very good football here. Calvin Phillips has got numbers. Trezeguet wins though. Emi Bundia knows how to run. Look for Ings first time. I don't mind the idea, but if you're going to make that pass, you want to more overhit it than underhit it so the ball doesn't come back at you. Anyhow, Martinez, good with his feet. In the end, he got a little bit stuck in his feet, and he looks for Ings, who flicks onto no one. Cooper now, Koch. Ings, good press. Great pressure from Ings there. And Bailey now finds Danny Ings, needs numbers with him. Finds Arias. He's got many assists this season. That's a ball and a half to Trezeguet, but unfortunately Trezeguet didn't catch it properly. That's what Arias brings you. He's got very good service on that right-hand side. Tilio Kera not having his best game out there in his second ever game for us, which is not exactly what you want to see. But anyway, 1-1 and away we continue. And hopefully, we can just continue on. I'm delighted with that. Keep it up. And away we go. Sorry, text from mum about my auntie. 1 second. There we are. Sorry, YouTube. There you go. Obviously, my auntie's still in hospital. Wish her all the best. And there we are. 49 minutes play. Important side note, by the way. In game, it's actually the 6th of Feb. This would be my mum's birthday. There you are. Trezeguet, Llorente, back to Meslai. Does well to control it and thump it. Diallo wins. The centre-back too looked good. Oh, what a ball from Morganson Sanson. Bailey! Oh, Meslai. What a save, buddy. What a save, buddy. 1-1. And a big moment. What a save from the France keeper. Is he an international? Has he played for France? Somebody tells me he has played a cap or two in real life. In some games that weren't, didn't mean anything. Is that me, imagining things? Or he has, hasn't he? Anyway, Trezeguet now with the ball. Running at people. Still running at people. Leon Bailey now, he knows how to come inside. And he does. Trezeguet. He's having a worldie. Trezeguet, Meslier again. He's having an absolute world. I want him. Leeds, let him go. I'll take him straight away. He's having a worldie. He's not been cut by France. 48. Maybe he's been called up to the squad but never done. He is having an absolute worldie, the wonder kid goalkeeper. If it wasn't for him in goals, we would be 2 or 3 goals up. We started to get a bit more of the opportunities, but we haven't really had a scoring moment. Unfortunately, Cerny's not had a good game for these guys. He usually is unreal. Brighton beating Arsenal, everybody laughed. Danny Welbeck scored too, that's the best. Love a Danny Welbeck goal. But Arsenal. Anyway, Rodrigo, Bamford, this is a goal. Puts it wide. Paddy B usually scores them. Alright, we are going to make a change here into the middle of the park. Don't want to bring on Douglas Luiz here, doesn't really change the game. I'm actually going to do that, and I'm actually going to bring in Nakamba because he's a bit more of a box-to-box. Not been Danny Ings' day, so we are going to get Ollie Watkins up top as well. Bundia and Bailey look a little bit legless too, but I feel like they've got quality to change this game. Both centre-backs not had a good game. I don't understand. They've had one real moment, and apart from that, the centre-back's been okay. Sanson's going to go for goal. Fires wide. Could have slipped in whoever was there on that left-hand side. In the end, though, it is what it is. We'll bring on Taylor Ray late. There was a run at people. Bundia will stay out there. 1-1 would not be the worst result, but not be the greatest result. Anyway, Trezeguet. Inside the box. Luke Ayling wins. It's a good boy out to Bamford. Running at people. And Rodrigo's with him. We need to get across here. Rodrigo cuts it. Paddy B. Martinez! Oh, you're a legend. It's about time we had a slice of luck down our end as well. Not saying that Martinez had a poor year, but, Messlier's made off a few massive saves, and then obviously we made one there. We don't deserve to lose this game, you don't feel. Sanson, what a tackle. Emi Bundia, run at people. I know you're legless, run. Ollie Watkins, make a movement for him. Fulza Terore. Emi Bundia goes himself straight at the keeper. At any stage, that had to be Ollie Watkins with the fresh legs and the speed to go. Bundia just never, ever, ever had the legs to really get a solid one-on-one because his sprint was not there. Because he's tired. That's what Ollie Watkins has to stretch the play and drag the centre-back away. That's what Danny Ings would have. Time it ticks away. We've probably a little bit aggrieved that we haven't won this game. I'm a bit annoyed. Look, at the end of the day, they could have scored really late there and pinched it, which would have been annoying. After the initial period, we dominated that game. Yeah, they had more of the ball, but we moved them around and we had it, and we should have scored a couple. If it wasn't for their keeper in goals, we win that game in foot. We got man of the match as well. That sums it up. I don't know why the centre-backs... To be fair, I thought Diallo and Tilio actually played really well. Yeah, they had one moment where Diallo loses his man, and maybe they didn't step up together. But apart from that, they kind of marshalled everything as well as they could. Apart from the one chance at the end, maybe not. I would say they probably deserve 6.7, 6.8. In the end, I'm happy with that. I saw some positives for sure. That is for sure. That is true. I saw positives there. We went out there, and yeah, I thought we were value for the win. Absolute confidence high, and we played very well. All that jazz, and there we go. Look, we don't beat Leeds in night. Sorry, we don't. Didn't mean to say beat. We don't beat Leeds in night, but we didn't lose. It's 7 undefeated for us at the minute, and if we can go here beat West Ham at home in a massive game, that's okay, taking 4 points from these 2 games. We can keep some momentum going. We beat Everton after this episode as well. Who knows what could happen? But as you can see, we have a game, we have a point ahead of Arsenal. Spurs have a game in hand. I kept trying not to say Arsenal have a game in hand. I don't know why my brain kept wanting to say that. We're alright. Look, if we win that game, we would have put some pressure on United to stay in second. Right now, though, it is a battle for second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. And look, we beat West Ham. They're going to be on 33 points. We're going to be on 51 if that happens. That is not a bad spot to be in at all. And I feel like, at the minute, we win this next game, we really should be looking that we're going to make Europe some form of European football. And that is massive for a club like Aston Villa. Welcome back, YouTube. Time for the second game in this double header. We have got West Ham. 4th plays 8th. For West Ham, it is a massive game. As you can see, they currently have 33 points. They are 9 points behind Chelsea, have a game in hand. 10 points behind Spurs, who they're equal games with. They need to start taking points. They're probably looking at us to drop out. They know if they win this game, they get closer to us. They know that we're probably going to lose against United. Hope we lose against Arsenal, obviously, if you're a West Ham fan, and then lose against all the boys in front of us. But who knows? As it stands, though, it's in our hands, and that's all that matters. We do actually have Arsenal coming up in a massive game. What I am going to do is I'm actually going to give you the Arsenal game as another episode. It's just too important. It could be 4th place 5th. It could be 5th place, 4th, however way you want to look at it. It could be roles reversed. That game there at Villa Park is massive. That Arsenal game is huge. So what I'm going to do is, well, I love when it does this, FM. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the Arsenal game, and then I might... See, this is the problem is that I'll give you the Arsenal game. It's so close between these two, and then it's just like, whatever. And then it's like games is whatever, and then it's like, what... I might give you the Arsenal game and then give you, like, the City game. That's the City game. And, like, recap the Wolves game as an episode. So at least you guys got to see the whole of March. Youth intake may have come in during then. Our youth intake, by the way, is not meant to be great, if anything. We have a good striker from Dudley Park that we apparently interested in. But I'm looking at Lou Barry and I'm like, man, this guy can play in the Premier League for me next season as a backup striker. But, yeah, in terms of the team... we are going to go same strength side, but I'm going to make a change, I think, in the middle of the park. It does show that when Cerny's playing that we are lacking. Definitely, if I was him, I'll be working on his passing ability because that gets a few things up there as well for Cerny, of Carney, not Cerny, Carney. Bundia not 100%, but he's going to be risked. I'm going to take him out, and I'm going to get actually Maximilian Meyer to play deeper. Main reason why is that this guy's just a pass master. And I feel like against Villa, if we can pick the door, that's okay. Speaking about Maximilian Meyer, there's another German that I'm actually interested in, but that will be for an end of season. He might not be available then. Julian Draxler has just become available in the transfer market, 27 years of age. A bit older, but him on the left-hand side. And, you know, him on the left, Bundia from the middle, Bailey on the right, Ings up top. Oh, you're starting to really, really have a look at it. Yarmolenko starts. My boy Yarmolenko. Shout out JS. Fauna Hours in through the middle and Bowen out on the right. Sergi up top as well. You've got Federiggs, Dawson, the Tit and Areola in goal. Craig Dawson, Ogbonna, and Suyacek and Declan Rice are two unbelievably good midfielders. And what they base everything on. Winston Reid on the bench, Creswell's on the bench as well. For me, if Lanzini was like a little bit better, like prime Lanzini or prime, when they're at their best, they can cause a lot of people problems. Like Fornarels would be an absolute steal somehow if he was available, but that's not going to happen. But yeah, it's a guy that could leave West Ham in real life, Fornarels, and probably cut it at a slightly higher level. I wouldn't say that he's good enough to play for like the top end clubs, but like Fornarels could go and fit into a team like Spurs or Arsenal or something like that. Team that needs a little bit of a rebuild, he would be not bad. But West Ham's a very good project in real life, and shout out to JS when you watch this, mate. They're doing all right, mate. They're doing all right. Not a bad club at the minute. Just need some better signings. Anyway, Yarmolenko with a ball out on this left-hand side. If the shot was blocked, and Morgans and Sanson. I know he hasn't had a good time in real life Villa fans, but on FM, he seems to be doing the job very well. He's keeping McGinn out of the team. Well, McGinn's been injured. This is his first game McGinn could have started. But, yeah, for me, McGinn just makes a poor decision a lot when Sanson doesn't. And I guess in real life, it's probably the other way around. As you can see, Arsenal beating Southampton like they should and have just jumped us. But we now have a highlight here, and Arias now with the ball. I'm still undecided if I'm going to sign him or not, so let me know in the comment section. Emi Bundia falls to Leon Bailey. It's 1-0. I tell you what, our front four do a very good job. They create chances. Oh, Shane Long's just got a goal against Arsenal. That's huge. We create chances. We score a lot of them. For me, it's the back four and the midfield two. If we had a bit of midfield too, I feel like both centre-backs on their day are really good, then we'll be okay. Anyway, Declan Rice, the ball out to Dawson. He looks long. Diallo's header is pretty poor, to be fair. And Yarmolenko now beats one and comes inside. Ball in, scuffed and in. We just don't keep clean sheets. It's really annoying. It is really annoying that we can't keep clean sheets. I'm a bit livid that we cannot keep a clean sheet. It does annoy me a lot. So you can see Yarmolenko ball in there to Enrique, and there you go. 1-0. Just like that, we've been pegged back. As it stands, well, I think that was with us winning. We would actually be in the third, but we're not winning anymore. Ogbonna now goes long. Diallo wins the header. I just can't get a back four to work. Like, I just want a stretch of clean sheets is what I would love. And like, the system's not an overly aggressive system. Yeah, we press and whatever, but it's just, yeah, like, it's going to cost us at the end of the day that we can see too many goals. Yarmolenko, 4 in a row, Declan Rice, Craig Dawson, force him all the way back. That's brilliant. Now surely we get up the pitch, right? Areola goes long, and surely we're close enough. In the end, he overhit it, so Arias will get that easy. But there we are. Leon Bailey drives inside, running at people. Arias in a very high spot. Ball in, blocked. Bailey! Oh, yeah. Bundia lays it off into Bailey's path. Quick thinking from Bundia, quick feet, and Leon Bailey blasts one through Areola. The tip can't keep it out. It is 2-1. And there we go. We're back in the lead. And, this game would annoy me. Say we win this game 3-1, we score another one. Great, yeah, we look good, whatever, right? But yet again, it's another game we've conceded another goal in. Just need clean sheets. It's as simple as that. Both centre-backs on bookings again. I don't want to say it very early on, but I actually think I've made 2 centre-back signings that my scouts have thought was great, but maybe because my scouting team isn't 100% the best, they're going to turn out to be flops. The only thing I will say is Tilio Kera wanted a 50 mil release fee in his contract, as in non-negotiable. I was like, yeah, great. And Diallo had interest from a lot of bigger clubs and has a release fee of 32 mil, something like that, because they both wanted it. I would happily sell them on for profit, but too early to think like that in their careers. But yeah, Leon Bailey should have done a lot better than Emi Bundia, though. Yeah, okay. You know how I said maybe at the start of this episode that I was thinking about playing him out on the left-hand side? Not happening, man. He's too good through the middle. He is too good through the middle. Our whole season been based on Leon Bailey and Emi Bundia going bang and Danny Ings chiming in. In the end, it's a good tackle from Arthur, but Emi Bundia, what a finisher. 3-1. Going forward, we're unreal. It's at the back that's my issue. It's at the back that is my issue. I'm very pleased, boys. Keep it up. Off we go. Arias yet again having another good game out there too, getting very nice and high and doing exactly what he needs to do. Anyhow, 50-odd minutes played. 3-1 to the good. Diallo. Out to Matty Target. Gets on the ball, runs at people. Out towards Leon Bailey, doesn't find him. Bowen now. Picks it up, drives. Can we get a tackle in Morganson? We don't. Morganson Sanson doesn't. Arthur Makasu. Is it Makasu? Is how you pronounce it? Move the ball. Anyway, Ogbonna goes long. Diallo in the right spot at the right moment. Maximilian Meyer looks for Danny Ings. That wasn't on, buddy. I understand you have a good range of passing, but that wasn't on. Yarmolenko goes from distance. That's okay. Not liking both centre-backs on bookings here at all. But in saying that, Diallo and Tilio Kera have now got back to 6.9. So, there you go. They have really started to control this game. Morgan Sanson also on a booking. I don't like making changes to a back four that's kind of settled. But Mings is actually going to come in. And Conce is also going to come in. I'm actually going to make a triple change and get Douglas Luiz in too. Just getting the bookings off. Really feel like 10 men would be a big issue here. I'm not a big fan of doing that most games and not, but feel like 3-1 up. The thing that would hurt us here the most would be a red card. This might unsettle us a little bit. Anyway, Mings wins the header. Bowen. Good boy out there to Rui does. Don't no ball in, please. Good from Consa. Trezeguet. Fine feet. Maximilian Meyer. You're good with your feet. Pass that ball. Luiz. Bailey. Good touch. Arias ahead of him. Bailey goes, don't worry about that, mate. I'm going myself. Beats about 3 or 4. Tackles. Falls to Danny Ings. Chance to kill the game off. See you later. That's what Danny Ings does. He does absolutely nothing and then he finds a goal out of nowhere. It's like in real life, Premier League round 1, man. He does nothing for a whole game, gets a penalty in the 97th minute. Yeah, I scored because I'm Danny Ings. Right? It's the same for me on Football Manager. Who have a lot of games where he does nothing. He's just sitting here on 6.6 there. One moment, oh yeah, one touch, see you later, thank you for coming, I'm Danny Ings. It's great to have a striker like that. In the end, we're 4-1 up now. And the ball from Emi Bundia finds Leon Bailey. Back to Emi Bundia. Out to Maximilian Meyer. Not known for his shooting ability, I don't think, Maximilian Meyer. Keeps it. Mings. Trezeguet. What a ball from Tyrone Mings. And just like that, it's 5-1. Maybe Mings and Conce have realised that there's potential for them to be replaced. Or there's big potential they're going to be replaced. And Mings has just come in and gone, don't worry, boss. I'm a big boy. I know how to defend crosses and whatever. And I can get an assist as well. This is a ball and a half. Trezeguet makes a great square run. When we say square, you see my line on my border. That's square. His movement was square as you watch him here. So he stays on side. See how he runs like square with the line, so he stays on side and then runs forward once the ball's been played. That's called a square run. It's unreal. It keeps you on side. That's why they always say start your run square and then go, turn, bang, off you go. Keep yourself on side. Anyway, it's 5-1. We've absolutely thumped West Ham. Sorry, JS, when you watch this back, but there you go, mate. You just copped it from us. In the end, Ings, Bundia, Bailey, Trezeguet all played well. Yet again, I'm going to say it again. If Trezeguet is my backup winger, I'm having a squad, and that front four is going to be huge. For me, then also is Mings has come in, and there's nothing wrong with Tyrone Mings at all. Just imagine if this guy is your backup centre back, your third choice, you have a good centre back pairing. And I really, really, really do believe that Diallo and of course Tilio Carrier, is that, I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's like Khreer, Carrier. Like, it's weird. Tilio is what we're going to go with. I just feel like they're so similar. Tyrone Mings. If you have a look, Mings is a little bit better defensively, mentally, aerially. Okay, Mings is just better than you. And then surely Diallo is like Tyrone Mings. Mate, this makes me really appreciate Tyrone Mings. Have a look at Tyrone Mings. I'm saying that Diallo physically not bad. Mings is a lot better going forward, a lot better mentally, a lot better aerially, a lot better defensively. Yeah. Change that from Tyrone Mings to Tilio Carrier just before we get off. Yeah, as you can see, Diallo's just that slight bit better, a little bit better mentally, a little bit better physically. Apparently, this guy is apparently my best centre-back, though. See, that's the thing about FM. It's a bit weird. But apparently, he's my best centre-back. Interesting. That might be down to form, though. And what about Console out of all this? And that's where you see Conson. You're like, Conson's just that little bit. I've got 4 good guys. It's just a matter of picking which ones are the right ones. I do think these 2 are the correct ones because they've come from PSG. And obviously, on paper now, is Tilio is apparently my best with Arias and Diallo. I think for me, Diallo is my best centre-back. What I'm trying to get at is, I don't know, who's my best centre-back partnership? Who's my best back four? Is it Matty Target? Is it Ashley Young until he leaves? Is it Tyrone Mings at fullback? I actually think that there's a fullback in him because he bombs on, he's big boy, he's physical, he's strong, right? And he can do so. He can win headers at the back stick. Is it a case of that? It's Tyrone Mings, Diallo, Carrier, Arias, and Cons as your backup with Matty Cash and Matty Target? Is that your backup quartet? Is that how you play it? Is it Ashley Young until he leaves the club? Because he's on paper still currently really, really good. Or is it Matty? Because Matty hasn't done anything to disgrace himself and he's very, very good as well. Tell me what you think my best back four is, chat. Links down below. What an episode. I'll see you guys only in a few games' time. We will give you the Arsenal game and the Leicester game, and we'll recap the Wolves game with goals in between all of that as well. But from Damo and everybody else here, we currently sit third after results. City yet to play. If they win, they do jump us. Who does City play? Please let it be Liverpool. Because apparently they haven't played Liverpool yet. It's Palace and then Chelsea. Okay, not a problem. But yeah, as you can see, we ahead of Arsenal who won. If we beat Everton, we're in a really good spot. And then we got United and Arsenal. I'm not going to give you the United game because it's too close to the West Ham game. And you saw Everton and United as a doubleheader last, in the first half of the season. So what I'm going to give you, I'm going to give you Arsenal. Going to give you Wolves as a game not to see, but a game that you will see in terms of highlights. Last time I did that, we drew to Palace, so who knows. And then we'll play Leicester as well. But from Damo and everybody else here, not bad. The business was okay. The jury's not out on Diallo and Tilio Carrier, but I do think we do have Carrier. I can't pronounce it. I do think we have two good centre-backs in them. However, I don't know what my best back four is. You guys let me know. But from Damo and everybody else here, top four is sneakily becoming a little bit of a possibility. And who knows, with a good episode next episode out, we could set ourselves up for those big 4 games come the end of the season. And we could put ourselves in a position to have Champions League football come season 2 here in charge with Aston Villa.